I'm going to expose the truth about sports card brakes. This is going to be the most thorough and transparent video you've seen about this topic. I'm going to show and talk about things no one has before. I will take you through the whole process of selling a brake and showing everything. Yes, everything. Sports card brakes are now a huge part of the hobby, and they've become a very controversial topic lately. Whether you love or hate brakes, there's value in this video that I think everyone needs to hear and see right now. So without further ado, let's get into it. So our stream is about to start in like 30-ish minutes, but I want to go ahead and take you guys through what we've already done to prepare for these brakes. And we already have about an hour or so worth of work put into what we've done already, which that is getting the brakes ready. We're going to be doing 3 tonight. So we got that one over there on the left. It's got a lot of prism. Every single one of these brakes has a hobby box in it. These 2 right there have Bowman Hobby. And then the one on the right has the brand new Topps Chrome. So that's a pretty cool box to open. So we also make our own repack cases here, which those do have time spent into them as well. So I'm not really including that in the hour that we've already spent on this stuff. I mean, this whole case right here took me like 4 or 5 hours to put together. So we also have to consider that. And that doesn't even include the time to buy the cards that are in here as well. So now that we've talked about the boxes that we're gonna be breaking, let's get down to the technical stuff. And I have this Google spreadsheet right here that has a ton of good information on it. I'm gonna pop up the like a screenshot of the whole sheet so you guys can see it clearly. So what we have in front of me is a spreadsheet here that it basically breaks down every single little cost or anything that goes into the brakes here. So up here at the top, we have formulas built in to take into account the whatnot fees, which is 10.9% is just their fees on there. And then there's also an additional 30-cent fee per transaction. So we have to account for that. And then you also have to account for shipping materials. I feel like people don't think about that, but it does cost money to buy your shipping supplies. So we put that into there as well. And then we also offer a rewards program on our whatnot page. So we have to anticipate a certain amount of people, which we have on here. 25% of the people are most likely going to use a 5% coupon. So we have to think about that. You know, that varies for every single break though. We could have, you know, 50% of the people use a 5% off coupon, or somebody had a 10% off coupon. So it really just varies. So you got to definitely think about that. But we usually try to do around 3 or 4 breaks a night. So we have 3 slots right here. The first break here on the left, we put in all of the prices of our boxes. That's what we paid on the boxes. We put all of that into the system there. There's 32 team spots. And then we put how much we want the break to cost. And it'll tell us right down there the profit on that break based off of how much we paid for our products. And it'll tell us the percentages over there. We try to aim for 30%, but every single break is different. I wanna offer good value breaks to my customers. So that's really important to me, making sure I don't, you know, charge in absurd amounts just to hit my 30% goal. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So if we take a look at the second break here, we're only making 19%. And actually, if you go look at the breaks over here, the one on the far right, that is the second break. So don't get that confused. The one in the middle is the third break on the spreadsheet. So there is definitely a lot less cards to sort in this one. So I take into account how long it's going to take to sort the actual break. And that one is not going to take as long. So I don't want to charge as much for this one or make as much because I know it's not going to take as long. So now if we take a look at break 3, which is the Bowman Hobby Box and 2 longevities, we actually got those boxes for retail. They're going for around like $80 now. So we kind of think about that too, how much we can charge. So this one we're actually making 34% because we kind of took into account that we got a good deal on those boxes. And then also we kind of look at the whole night in general because up here it'll show us the total percentage up there. So like on this one, like I said, we did 19%. So we can kind of charge a little bit more on that one to even it all out. But ultimately, the most important information that I want to deliver to you guys is how much time it actually takes to do breaks right here. So we're actually gonna break down every single hour that we put into these breaks, and we're gonna see the hourly pay on what it actually takes to do all this stuff. So make sure you guys stay tuned until the end of the video. I will be revealing that number at the end, but let's go ahead and let's have a fun night of breaking some boxes. Streaming is also a really fun way that I can connect with my audience, so we always have a lot of fun. I stream on Whatnot. If you guys have not heard of Whatnot yet, sign up using the link in my description. You'll get a free $15 to spin on there, but it's basically a fun place we can buy and sell sports cards. You can buy and sell pretty much anything on there. But we had a really successful night. We pulled some pretty cool cards like a Joe Milton number to 7 and a Brock Bowers auto. We usually stream at nighttime, so we wait until the next day to sort the breaks. So we went to bed that night, and the next morning we started sorting the breaks. And you do have to clean up all of the wrappers and boxes on the floor as well. So sorting is always the most time-consuming thing when it comes to breaking. It really just depends on what breaks you're doing, depends on how many cards are in the break, but some of these took a really long time because we did NFL teams combined with Bowman teams, so that definitely takes a while to do. And after we get everything sorted and all the cards in team bags, we put everyone's shipments together, get them in packages, and put labels on them. Okay, so it's currently like 12 o'clock at night, and we finally finished everything. Well, not everything. We still have to take all that stuff to the post office tomorrow, which takes time and it costs money to drive there. So in total, 4 hours of sorting and shipping. That's a long time with 2 people. So that's 8 hours of work sorting and shipping. So it is currently the next day. We have all the packages right here, and we spent a lot of time preparing this sheet to show you guys. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen so you can follow along, but basically it breaks down every single cost to the cent. And at the bottom, we're gonna be breaking down our hours and ultimately how much we profited an hour, which I will reveal at the end. But let's go ahead and start at the top. So the total sales was $2,325. So that included some singles that we ran, and then we also have stuff that we sell in our shop. So when we subtract the singles, the stuff that we sold in the shop, that was $117. So now our new total is $2,208. So that's how much we brought in with sales of the break. So now, like I talked about earlier, we do offer the rewards program. So we had a total of $25.90 spent on coupons. So subtract that, and we're at $2,182.10. So now we're gonna get into some of the cost and fees involved. So the first one is gonna be Givey shipping cost. We do giveaways in our streams and we have to pay for the shipping on those. We did a total of, I think it was 13 giveaways. We actually do cheaper shipping on those, which we can ship in the envelope. So it definitely saves us a lot of money on that. And our total shipping cost that we had to pay was $9.05. And then we give away the score treat packs, which we got really cheap when they were on clearance. So we're into those for 20 cents a piece. So that was $2.60 on the pack cost. Now, if we go down further, we're into the Whatnot fees. So Whatnot charges a transaction fee, which is $30 per transaction. And that was a total of $28.80. So now we have the Whatnot fees, which is 8%. And that was $174.57. And there's also the credit card fee, which is 2.9%. So that was $63.38. So our new total is $1,903.70. So most people would stop there, but we throw in packs for our customers that didn't hit. We spent a total of $78.90 on packs that we threw in. And then there's also shipping material costs, which we got to around $25 in shipping material cost. So now our new total is $1,799.80. So that is our final number there, but now we have to subtract the product cost, which was $1,940. So we get our total profit of $459.80. Now, if we look down a little bit further, that this breaks down all of our hours that we spent. So pre-break, which is basically just figuring out what breaks we're gonna do, that doesn't even include the time to go and find the good deals on products and stuff. We spent a total of about an hour, at least an hour. And then breaking time, our stream was 2 hours. We had 2 people working at it at all times. So that's technically a total of 4 hours between those 2 people. Then we have sorting and shipping time, which you guys saw. It was 4 hours and 15 minutes with 2 people as well. And then it takes time to go to the post office. We actually have all of our items scanned in there in person so that you guys can see that your package was dropped off at the post office. So that takes a little bit more time. Some people don't do that, but that's just our personal preference. So the post office time is about a half hour. So the total hours spent on just 3 breaks and everything was 14 hours. So if we take our profit, $459.80 divided by 14, that is $32.84 an hour. That is our profit per hour on the breaks. So as you guys can see, it takes a lot of time, effort, and work that goes into doing breaks. This was just 3 breaks. People do tons and tons of breaks a day. So that's why when you're buying into breaks, it is going to cost a little bit more. Breaking is a service. So you are gonna have to pay that extra amount instead of just going and buying the product off the shelf. I feel like people don't really understand that. It's like any other industry, business, they always charge for time. That's gonna be the same thing for sports card breaks. So that is very, very important information that I think everyone watching needs to understand. But ultimately, everyone needs to be super responsible. You need to know who you're breaking with, who you're gonna trust with your money, and ultimately budgeting how much money you're gonna spend. Like, are you gonna go to Walmart, Target, spend $30 on a blaster to have some fun? Or are you gonna spend $30, maybe even less, on a break, have some fun there? It is a lot of fun to buy into breaks, but it can get addicting. So that is very, very important. You need to make sure to check up on yourself. See, are you addicted to sports card breaks or anything like that? You need to control how much money you're spending, be super responsible with that. And as a small breaker myself, I've been doing it for about a year now. I used to run stuff starting at $1, and I would find that to get the good teams, people were paying a big premium for stuff like that, like doing high bid and all that sort of stuff. So I stopped doing that because pretty much like it would be very rare that someone would win on one of my breaks, and I didn't like that. I care about my customers, want them to get their value. So recently I just switched it to doing a set price. So everyone is buying in at the same exact price. So if it's cheaper, you know, you get the Commanders chasing Jaden Daniels, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to get more than what you spent on the break. But ultimately, it's for fun. Don't go into sports card breaks thinking that you're gonna be making money, or that shouldn't be the purpose of you buying into sports card breaks, is to make money. It's fun. Like, you're either gonna go spend $340 on one of the Topps Chrome boxes, or you could spend like $17, get one spot in a break, sweat a whole hobby box. If you miss, you didn't spend $340, you can get smoked on a whole entire hobby box. You can get smoked on a blaster. You get like $2 worth of cards. That's just the reality of sports card breaks or just opening up boxes. I mean, I have a ton of experience in opening up boxes. I do it, I post a video every single day about opening up boxes. I know that you can get smoked on boxes. You can also get smoked on breaks. So it's pretty much the same thing. Product is gonna have to get ripped by people going to buy the boxes or by things getting braked. And personally, I would rather somebody lose $15 buying into a break than going to buy the box for $340 and getting $50 worth of cards back. That is my outlook on breaks. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. You really have to think about how much time it actually takes for people to do breaks and actually make a profit on that type of stuff. It is a service. Remember that is very important. It's a service. So it is gonna cost more than the actual product cost. And I really appreciate everybody that has supported my breaks that I do. It's a lot of fun, created a lot of good relationships with people, and I can't wait to see how the industry evolves and just how everything changes. You know, this might not be how I do breaks in a year or 2 years. Everything is just gonna keep changing, lots of different factors into all this stuff. So I hope this video was super helpful for a lot of you guys, and hopefully it opened your eyes to what it actually takes and what goes into a sports card breaks. You know, it's not just the 1 hour that people are selling the breaks on Whatnot. There's so much behind the scenes that nobody sees. So really hope you guys enjoyed. Leave some comments down below of your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.